Hey guys, hope you're all doing fantastic today. It is now the 28th of January. This month went by way too quick. I'm feeling a ton better from the last video with COVID, and COVID is basically out of my system at this point, except for this annoying cough that every now and then will activate and I just get coughing attacks. As far as like the symptoms I got and everything, it was pretty harsh. I ended up getting everything under the sun. It all kicked in on Saturday. It was the runny nose and the coughing, which kept me up until about 5:30 in the morning, which is when I took another test to see that I was positive with COVID. And then all night with just blowing my nose. I went through 3 garbage bags and 2 boxes of Kleenex in one night, which just is insane for me. The cold spurts, the fever, the sneezing surprised the heck out of me. I didn't know that was one of the symptoms. I was sneezing constantly, and it wasn't just small sneezes. They were huge sneezes, and they would come at the most random, inopportune times. But then I would get huge shortness of breath where just doing the most mundane things would cause me to want to sit down and have a breather, like having a couple of spoonfuls of a stew or a soup, and then I would have to put the spoon down and sit there for a few minutes and just breathe in and out slowly and kind of gather myself, or going out and getting some files from the car, which is literally what, 20 feet, and then getting back in my condo and having to sit down for like 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes to get my breath again. On top of that, everything is kind of coming around right now to where I'm getting healthy. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm exercising again, so I'm happy with that. On top of that, I got some gaming news to share. I am going to be making a separate video dedicated to just talking about gaming stuff on the channel. So you'll see a little bit on here, but then I'll get more in depth on that video. Basically, I'm doing planning with a planner for Let's Play series and what games I want to play. But I also am working, finally after like months of research, I am working with an artist to do some really cool art for the channel. Her name is Jackie Scaramuzzo. She's amazing. Her stuff is awesome. I'll link her Instagram below in the description box, so definitely check that out. You can find links on her Instagram to her actual website from there, so definitely give her a look. Her art is awesome. I love the style of art that she does and how you can look at one picture and get an idea of a story just from looking at that picture. I think it's awesome. You don't really find too much art like that, but her stuff is very talented. I'm very happy to be working with her. So if you see this, Jackie, thank you very much. And then working with Jackie, I was able to get ideas passed on to her to come up with a mascot for the channel. And a mascot is something I wanted to do for the channel for a while. I just haven't been able to find an artist that I just grabbed onto their art right away and absolutely loved it. But luckily we found Jackie, and we were able to come up with Odin. I'll show a picture of him right here so you guys know what he looks like. He's an otter. I absolutely love otters. They are just the most adorable creatures. Both, well, I have a fascination with both sea and river otters. As you know from past videos and me talking about Joey up in Canada with the aquarium and stuff like that, with the rehabilitation that he went through. But I also love river otters. They're just so playful and curious and so a little bit of mischievous in them, but they're just an awesome creature. And I made sure to do some research, and I wanted to have a name that I felt was appropriate for where they were located, but also reflected the channel, with me being called Nord King and having some Scandinavian background in me, being Swedish and having some Norway and German, and I mean, it's just a mix of everything, but my biggest ones would probably be Swedish and European. So I wanted to kind of go with that whole Scandinavian feel, the Nordic Viking feel, and that's where we came up with Odin. I feel it's a really cool name. It fits him very well. The thumbnails are basically Odin's way of having these little adventures. Like, you know how when you were a kid you would imagine these adventures that you'd go on where you were playing cops and robbers, or you were an astronaut, or you were a race car driver, or you were riding horses, stuff like that. Well, these thumbnails are him living out these little adventures that he goes on. So in my eyes, it's like he's telling these stories in each game. So I thought it was really cool. I thought it was cute. And again, I want to thank Jackie for working with us, because she She made a really cool character, and I'm looking forward to seeing the thumbnails that we're able to come up with. So stay tuned for the first video coming out. I'm not going to show a picture of the thumbnail right now, but I will tell you the game, and it's going to be Dragon Quest XI on the PS4. So make sure to stay tuned for when that game comes out, which will be shortly. One thing that came in the mail this week from the Walnut Design Company, which is based out of Texas. I got this from Etsy. It is a storage box for the Stardew Valley board game, or a storage area container type thing. I absolutely love this. Everything before was kept in bags, and then they have a tray over here for like crops and stuff like that. That stuff is fine. The board is actually underneath all the crop cards and whatnot. That is fine. You have the minerals and the gems in here, as well as the fish. These are in these two pouches, but I needed to get something to organize everything else. But then we have these, and these are just amazing. They're engraved. It's all done by machine. It is a fantastic way of keeping everything organized. There's labels for everything, icons. This is just so cool. And they're movable. I mean, they're not attached or anything, so you can put them how you want. And you don't have to take anything out when you play the game. You could just put these there and keep all the extra stuff in here, so you're not making a mess all over the board. So I'm just going to put all this stuff away, and then probably make a bite to eat and watch some 8 out of 10 cats. So the reason I got that, and the price for that was $50. Now, the game itself is made out of very good pieces, but like a lot of board games, it suffers from the organization in the box that is default. This is what was in the box. That's it. This would sit at the bottom of the box, and then you could put some stuff over here, some stuff over here, and then lay everything on top. I mean, this is nothing. This is I mean, for a little extra money, and I would be happy to pitch in an extra $5-10 for the game if it came with a solid organization thing. And a lot of games suffer from that. There are some games that do an okay. They come up with a plastic tray that houses everything, and that's fine. That's all you need. So I would definitely pay a little extra money if games decided to start coming out with stuff like that. That is really bright outside. Hope you guys are doing fantastic this morning. That was FedEx. That is a really dirty truck. We're getting some flurries right now. Otherwise, it's a pretty relaxed full day so far. It's funny, I was watching my old, or not old-ish video of when I first caught COVID, and when it started to first kick in, I didn't notice this on my end because I heard myself differently internally. But after watching the video, I sounded like a little Shaquille O'Neal. But I noticed something about gaming recently that was a little bit of a shock to me. I bought a 65-inch TV when I first moved into my condo, and I got it at a good deal. It was like, I want to say it was around $700, $600 to $700, just because it was on sale and it was a 2-year-old model. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So, TV's over here, couch is over here. There's probably a good distance, and I got the tape measure up because I want to see what the actual distance is. But when I'm gaming in my office, it's a different feel. I'm more into the games. I'm more into having the game going on one monitor, being able to look up facts and trivia and information I need on the other monitor, while really getting in depth with the game. And even with Madden, I did the same thing. When I played Madden 20 on this TV, and I played through the whole game, I felt neutral about it. Not bad, not good, just neutral. But I'm playing The Witcher 3 right now, and I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm tempted, because Madden 20 was one of my games for the 2020 challenge. It was a simulation game, where The Witcher 3 was an RPG that I wanted to finish for this year. And I'm kind of tempted to take it off and replace it with a different RPG because I'm just not feeling it. And when I thought about it, it was the distance that is the deterring factor for this. I don't know if it's just because there's so much going on within the game that I just don't feel like I'm close enough to take it all in and get close with the game. And it's weird. It's a weird feeling. Do you guys ever have that where, like, playing it within a few feet of your computer screen is a much different feeling than playing it within, what, 8 feet of a TV? I don't know, let's figure it out. All right, so we got a bit of a table here. I want to make sure I get around that. Nope. We're sitting at, oh boy, that's a lot more than 8 feet. You're sitting at like almost 12 feet. 12 feet is right here. So that's a pretty big gap to play a video game. I just find it kind of weird that the distance can make that much of an effort with the game, because with games like this, like I said, Madden, Monopoly, those games were totally fine playing on my PS4 at that distance, at a 12 feet distance apparently. And then games like Witcher 3, I'm not getting into at all. Like I want to replace the game on the list with something else that I know for a fact I would actually get into. But I didn't know distance could actually make or break it with something, so it's pretty interesting. But that's going to do it for this video. I don't want to make it super long. I just wanted to catch you guys up with how things have been going so far. Not too much going on this week. I have a doctor appointment just to check up and see how the water pills are treating, or how they're working with me on Tuesday, and the rest of the week is just work. Working on some videos for the channel, recording some stuff for the new Let's Play series that I'm going to be putting out, and I have a huge craving for some pancakes, so I may make some of those. The only way those pancakes could get any better is if they were chocolate chip or blueberry. Actually, question of the day: what's your favorite kind of pancake or waffle, if you have one? Mine, chocolate chip is a close. Ooh, blueberry? Oh, that's a close one. I would have to go with chocolate chip. Blueberry is delicious, but I would have to go with chocolate chip. For some reason, the blueberry just comes out the tartness of the berry, or the sweetness of the berry. It comes out and it attacks you more than the sweetness of the chocolate. So I think I would have to go with the chocolate. But let me know in the comment section what you think for pancakes or waffles. Which one do you like which one do you prefer more? And then what's your favorite flavor? As well as taking a head over to Jackie's website and Instagram and checking her stuff out as well. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm looking forward, can't wait to do more work with her down the road. And that is going to do it for this video. So take care and peace out.